The FBI actually uses Vicks Vaporub at crime scenes, and when you find out why, you'll never look at that mentholated jar the same way again. This isn't about congestion or coughs. It's about a hidden property that even most doctors don't know exists. That little blue jar sitting in your medicine cabinet might be the most underestimated remedy in your entire house. While everyone's chasing expensive cold medicines and fancy treatments, Vicks Vaporub has been quietly solving problems for over a century. The secret lies in its simple but powerful blend of menthol, camphor, and eucalyptus oil. When your nose feels like it's completely blocked, here's what actually happens. You rub a small amount under your nostrils, and within minutes, those menthol vapors start working their magic. The cooling sensation isn't just for show, it triggers receptors in your nasal passages that make you feel like you're breathing better, even when the congestion is still there. Smart, right? But the real game changer comes when you're dealing with that annoying nighttime cough. Instead of reaching for syrup that might make you drowsy, try rubbing Vicks on your chest and throat before bed. The vapors create a gentle, continuous relief that works while you sleep. Your cough reflex gets soothed by the camphor, while the eucalyptus helps open up your airways naturally. Then there's the throat situation. And most people think you need to swallow something to help a sore throat, but inhaling Vicks vapors can provide surprising relief. The menthol creates a numbing effect that reduces that scratchy, irritated feeling. You're essentially giving your throat a cooling massage from the inside. Sleep quality during a cold becomes a whole different story when you use this stuff strategically. Place a small dab on your pillow or pajama collar, not directly on your skin where it might irritate, but close enough that you'll breathe in those therapeutic vapors all night. The consistent menthol exposure helps keep your nasal passages from completely shutting down while you're lying flat. And the weird part is how it handles chest congestion. That tight, heavy feeling that makes every breath feel like work. Vicks creates a warming sensation on your skin while the vapors work on your respiratory system from both ends. You get the external heat that loosens things up, plus the internal menthol that makes breathing feel easier. The camphor component deserves special mention here. This stuff has been used for respiratory issues for thousands of years, long before anyone figured out how to put it in a convenient jar. It works as a mild anesthetic and antimicrobial agent, which explains why that tight chest feeling starts to ease up after application. Most people make the mistake of using too much, thinking more equals better results. Wrong move. A thin layer works just as effectively as slathering it on thick, and you'll avoid that overwhelming menthol sensation that can actually make breathing uncomfortable. Let's not forget the psychological component either. Sometimes half the battle with cold symptoms is the anxiety that comes from feeling stuffed up and miserable. The immediate cooling sensation and strong sense signal to your brain that relief is coming, which can genuinely help you relax and recover faster. Well, respiratory relief is just scratching the surface of what this versatile remedy can do for you. Wait until you discover how it transforms your approach to everyday aches, pains, and skin irritations. Beyond clearing your stuffy nose, Vicks Vaporub transforms into your skin's unexpected best friend. Bug bites turn you into a scratching maniac? Dab a tiny amount on mosquito bites and watch the itching fade within minutes. The menthol creates a cooling sensation that tricks your nerves into forgetting about the itch. Your brain gets confused between the cooling and the irritation, choosing to focus on the relief instead. Sunburned skin screams for attention after those beach days. You definitely should have used more sunscreen. Well, here's where things get interesting. A thin layer of Vaporub provides immediate cooling relief that lasts way longer than aloe vera. The petroleum base locks in moisture while menthol keeps working its magic. Just don't go crazy with the amount your skin needs to breathe, not suffocate under a thick layer. Then there's the bruise situation everyone deals with. Apply Vaporub right after you bump into that coffee table, and you'll be amazed how much faster the bruising fades. The increased blood circulation from menthol helps your body clear out the trapped blood, causing that ugly purple mark. Timing matters here. Catch it early for best results. Minor cuts and scrapes benefit from Vaporub's antiseptic properties too. Those eucalyptus oils aren't just sitting there looking pretty. They actively fight bacteria, while the petroleum base protects the wound from outside nastiness. Think of it as a protective shield with healing superpowers. Not exactly Neosporin, but surprisingly effective for small accidents. Athletes discovered something fascinating about joint pain relief. After intense workouts or weekend warrior activities, rubbing Vaporub on sore knees, shoulders, or ankles provides serious comfort. The combination of menthol and camphor penetrates deeper than you'd expect, creating warmth followed by cooling relief. Your joints feel the difference within 20 minutes. But here's where most people mess up completely. They slather it on like butter on toast. Wrong move. A little goes incredibly far with Vaporub. Start with a pea-sized amount and massage it in thoroughly. The heat from rubbing activates those essential oils more effectively than just smearing it around. Your skin absorbs what it needs, and you avoid that greasy, overwhelming sensation. The cooling effect isn't just psychological either. Menthol actually binds to specific receptors in your skin that normally detect cold temperatures. Your body genuinely believes it's experiencing coolness, even when the outside temperature hasn't changed. Science working in your favor, right there. Let's not forget the timing factor with pain relief applications. Apply Vaporub about 30 minutes before bedtime for overnight healing. Your body does most of its repair work while you sleep, and those active ingredients keep working through the night. Wake up feeling significantly better than when you went to bed. Most people never realize their medicine cabinet contains such a versatile skin treatment option. From bug bites to bruises, cuts to joint pain, Vaporub handles everyday skin emergencies with surprising effectiveness. Speaking of surprising effectiveness, wait until you hear what this same jar can do for your beauty routine and personal grooming challenges. Who knew that jar sitting in your medicine cabinet could double as your personal beauty consultant? Your skin doesn't care if Vicks costs $5 instead of $50. It just wants results. Let's start with the acne situation that's been bothering you. Dab a tiny amount of Vicks on that stubborn pimple before bed. The menthol dries it out while you sleep, and the petroleum base prevents your skin from getting too irritated. Wake up to a noticeably smaller bump. The trick works because acne thrives in moist environments, but Vicks creates a dry barrier that suffocates the bacteria, causing all that drama on your face. Then, there's the stretch mark issue nobody talks about openly. Apply Vicks regularly to those silvery lines on your skin. The camphor increases blood flow to the area, which helps fade their appearance over time. Won't happen overnight, but consistency pays off. Your skin starts looking smoother after a few weeks of daily application. But here's where things get interesting with foot problems. Toenail fungus meets its match with Vicks because fungi hate the eucalyptus oil and thymol compounds. Clean your feet thoroughly, then apply a thin layer to affected nails before putting on clean socks. The petroleum base keeps the active ingredients in contact with the fungus longer than regular antifungal creams that rub off easily. And speaking of feet, those cracked heels that make you embarrassed to wear sandals respond beautifully to Vicks treatment. Slather it on thick before bed, slip on some old socks, and let the petroleum base work its magic overnight. The menthol provides cooling relief while the base softens even the toughest, driest skin. Your heels will feel like you visited an expensive spa. Well, what about those random bumps and rashes that pop up? Vicks reduces swelling because the menthol constricts blood vessels near the skin's surface. Less blood flow means less puffiness. Apply a small amount and watch minor skin irritations calm down within hours. The beauty industry doesn't want you knowing these tricks because they'd rather sell you specialized products for each problem. Makes sense, right? But your grandmother probably knew most of these secrets already. She just didn't have Instagram to share them with the world. Your skin responds to simple, effective ingredients regardless of fancy packaging or marketing claims. The menthol, camphor, and eucalyptus oil in Vicks have been treating skin issues for over a century. These aren't new discoveries wrapped in expensive bottles with complicated names you can't pronounce. The weird part is how versatile one product can be when you understand what each ingredient actually does instead of just following the label directions. Most people use Vicks exclusively for colds and miss out on all these beauty benefits hiding in plain sight. But beauty and grooming represent just the beginning of this little jar's talents. Wait until you discover how Vicks transforms from beauty treatment into household problem solver, tackling issues that have nothing to do with your skin or health. Your home probably has more uses for that little blue jar than you realize. Beyond the medicine cabinet, Vicks becomes your secret weapon for solving everyday household problems that drive families crazy. Take mosquitoes, for instance. Those annoying buzzing pests that ruin backyard barbecues, they absolutely hate the smell of menthol and eucalyptus. Dab a small amount on your wrists, ankles, or behind your ears before heading outside. The strong scent creates an invisible barrier that keeps them at bay for hours. Your kids can play outside without getting eaten alive, and you won't need to spray harsh chemicals everywhere. Then, there's the headache solution, hiding in plain sight. When tension builds up in your temples after a long day, a tiny amount of Vicks massaged gently into those pressure points works wonders. The cooling sensation kicks in immediately, while the menthol helps relax tight muscles. Just avoid getting it too close to your eyes. Trust me on this one. Pet owners, listen up. Cats scratching your expensive furniture, dogs chewing table legs. Here's where Vicks becomes your furniture's best friend. Cats despise the smell so much, they'll avoid any surface you've treated with a small dab. Apply it to furniture corners, door frames, or anywhere you want to establish boundaries. Dogs typically react the same way, making this one of the cheapest pet training tools you'll ever find. But the odor-fighting power doesn't stop with pets. Garbage disposal smelling funky, diaper pail overwhelming the nursery, that distinctive Vicks scent can mask almost any household smell temporarily. A small amount near the problem area creates a strong enough fragrance to overpower most offensive odors until you can address the root cause. The mosquito repelling trick actually works in two ways. You can apply it directly to skin or clothes, or place small amounts on outdoor furniture where people gather. Picnic tables, porch railings, even tent flaps benefit from this natural deterrent. The effectiveness lasts several hours, making it perfect for camping trips or outdoor events. What makes these household hacks so brilliant is their simplicity. No special equipment needed, no expensive products to buy. Most families already have Vicks sitting around, which means these solutions cost practically nothing to try. The key with all these uses is moderation. A little goes a long way. Too much becomes overwhelming for humans too, defeating the purpose entirely. Start small and add more only if needed. These everyday applications prove that the most effective solutions often come from the most unexpected places. Who would have thought that something designed for chest congestion could solve so many family problems? But here's the thing about versatile products like this. Once you start discovering their hidden talents, you realize there are even more dramatic ways to use them. Some applications might surprise you with their effectiveness in situations you'd never expect. When you're caught off guard by sudden pain or discomfort, that little blue jar becomes your emergency toolkit. Nothing beats having a reliable fix when you need it most, and Vicks delivers in situations where waiting isn't an option. Take earaches, for instance. That throbbing pain that hits at 2 a.m. when no doctor's office is open? A tiny dab of Vicks on a cotton ball placed gently at the ear opening, not inside, can provide surprising relief. The menthol works its cooling magic while you're figuring out your next move. Obviously, this isn't replacing medical care, but it bridges the gap until professional help arrives. Then, there's back pain that strikes without warning. You know the feeling. You bend over to pick up something simple, and suddenly you're walking like a robot. Vicks rubbed into the affected area creates a warming sensation that loosens tight muscles. The trick is applying it generously and letting the vapors penetrate deep. Your back might not thank you immediately, but give it 20 minutes and you'll notice the difference. Muscle aches from overdoing it at the gym or yard work respond beautifully to this treatment too. Athletes have been using menthol-based rubs for decades because they work. The cooling effect tricks your nervous system into focusing on the pleasant sensation rather than the pain signals. Smart, right? But here's where things get interesting. Athletes' foot relief between those crucial shower times. When you're stuck at work or traveling and that itching becomes unbearable, a small amount of Vicks between affected toes provides immediate cooling relief. The antifungal properties help control the problem, while the menthol stops you from wanting to scratch your feet raw in the middle of an important meeting. And the weird part is this next one, temporarily minimizing the appearance of belly fat. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear this out. Vicks creates a temporary tightening effect when applied to skin, along with improved circulation from the menthol. The result? A slightly firmer appearance that can last a few hours. Perfect for that unexpected date or important presentation where every little confidence boost helps. It's not magic and it's definitely not permanent, but sometimes temporary is exactly what you need. The beauty of these emergency applications lies in their immediate availability. No waiting for pills to kick in, no hunting through medicine cabinets for something that might work. Vicks acts fast because it absorbs quickly and starts working on contact. Let's not forget the psychological comfort factor. When pain strikes and you take action, any action, your brain shifts from panic mode to problem-solving mode. That mental shift alone can reduce perceived pain levels before the Vicks even starts working its physical magic. Well, these emergency fixes barely scratch the surface of what this versatile remedy can accomplish. While we've covered the urgent situations where Vicks saves the day, there's an entire world of creative applications that most people never discover. Most people stick to the basic stuff when it comes to Vicks Vaporub. But here's where things get interesting. The real magic happens when you start mixing it with other household items or using it in ways that would make your grandmother raise an eyebrow. Take coconut oil, for example. Pure Vicks can feel pretty intense on sensitive skin. Mix it with coconut oil at a 1:3 ratio, and suddenly you've got this smooth, spreadable cream that's way gentler but just as effective. The coconut oil acts like a delivery system, helping the menthol penetrate deeper while moisturizing your skin at the same time. Smart, right? Then there's the pet situation. Your cat keeps scratching up your favorite chair? Dab a tiny bit of Vicks on the corners. Cats absolutely hate the smell and will avoid that furniture like it's cursed. Same trick works for dogs who won't stop chewing your shoes. Just don't go overboard. A little goes a long way, and you don't want to overwhelm their sensitive noses. Well, here's something that might surprise you. Ladies dealing with menstrual cramps have been quietly using this trick for years. Rub a small amount on your lower belly during that time of the month. The warming sensation can actually help relax those cramping muscles. It's not a miracle cure, but it's something to try when the heating pad isn't cutting it. But why stop at basic inhalation for stuffy sinuses? Fill a bowl with steaming hot water, add a generous dollop of Vicks, and create your own personal steam tent with a towel over your head. The concentrated vapors will blast through even the worst congestion. It's like a spa treatment that actually works. And the weird part is how well it handles food odors on your hands. Ever chopped garlic or handled fish and couldn't get that smell off no matter how much you scrubbed? Rub a tiny amount of Vicks between your palms, then wash with soap and warm water. The strong menthol scent overpowers and neutralizes those stubborn food smells completely. Let's not forget about the massage angle. Mix Vicks with a carrier oil like olive or almond oil, and you've got yourself a warming massage rub that works wonders on sore muscles. The menthol creates this cooling, then warming sensation that tricks your nerves into relaxing. Professional massage therapists actually use similar eucalyptus-based products, but this DIY version costs a fraction of the price. The key with these experimental uses is starting small. Your skin might react differently than expected, especially with the oil mixtures. Test a small patch first, wait a few hours, then proceed if everything looks good. Some of these tricks work better for certain people than others, which makes sense when you think about how different our bodies are. These unconventional applications show just how versatile this little blue jar really is. Most people never explore beyond the chest-rubbing basics, but that's just scratching the surface of what's possible.